If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Playboi Carti gets arrested, and Taxstone sends a message to his fans from jail. Plus, YNW Melly tests positive for COVID-19. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, so last night, Playboi Carti, I guess he was driving around in Atlanta. Y'all know he lives in Atlanta. And he got pulled over because he had an expired tag, right? So the cops pull him over when they see him and his homeboy in the car. I guess they decide to search him for whatever reason, right? But when they do, the police find mad stuff in Playboi Carti's car. So they find like 3 guns, some codeine, some oxys, I think like 12 bags of marijuana, like craziness, right? And so of course, Playboi Carti and his homeboy both got arrested, right? But Playboi Carti actually, he said that it wasn't his. His homeboy said, yo, most of this stuff is mine, and the only thing that belongs to Playboi Carti is the weed. So Playboi Carti got a misdemeanor charge for less than an ounce of weed in his possession, and just a traffic violation for the expired tag. And his homeboy took all the other charges, like the controlled substance charges and the gun charges too, right? And his homeboy is also a felon in the state of Georgia. So I don't know, but the whole situation is Playboi Carti posted bail. He's out. He got out this morning, even though he got arrested last night. His homeboy is still in jail. And I mean, this is typical, man. This is how it goes, right? If you riding around with your boy and you are the moneymaker and you're the one that's like the meal ticket, then whoever's with you, they're gonna have to take that charge, and I'll pay for the lawyer fees. And if you get convicted, I'll send you money while you in jail. I'll put money on your books and everything. And when you come out, we still good, but you don't have to take that charge, yo. I've seen it happen with Offset. I've seen it happen with Boosie. I've seen it now happen with Playboi Carti. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, yo, so Taxstone, y'all know he's locked up in Rikers Island right now, right? Taxstone, huge blogger, hip-hop blogger, one of Charlemagne's proteges, right? The reason why he's locked up at Rikers Island right now is because some whole situation that happened in Irving Plaza with Troy Ave and Banger, and, somebody shot somebody, whatever, right? But, Taxstone did get arrested back in 2016, or I think it was like 2017, because he didn't get arrested right away. Troy Ave got arrested right away and then got released from jail, but Taxstone got arrested a couple months later, about 6 or 7 months later actually, when they picked him up in New York. Bottom line is he got arrested for a murder charge because allegedly he shot Banger, Troy Ave's bodyguard, right? So anyway, Taxstone is still sitting at Rikers Island right now awaiting trial, but he just put out a long statement on Instagram, and he said that he was gonna go live on Instagram, right? He didn't go live on Instagram at 5 p.m. yesterday like he said he was, but he did put out this long statement, right? And so I'm not going to read the whole statement to you, but basically Taxstone is talking about how he's being treated, or how other inmates are being treated in Rikers Island during this whole coronavirus pandemic, right? So one of the first things he's saying is like, yo, I'm writing you guys from my grave, right? He's saying that he's seeing the news, he's seeing a lot of crazy stuff that's going on, and he feels like he's in a grave just there waiting to die, right? They've stopped all visits from lawyers, visits from your counsel so that you can figure out what's going on with your case, and they stopped all family visits, right? He said, that's cool. I'm not really upset about that. That's understandable given what's going on, right? What Taxstone is really upset about, though, is the fact that a lot of the COs are walking around and they don't have any face masks, they don't have any gloves or anything like that. And he's not saying that they're doing it on purpose or anything like that. He's mad because the prisons aren't even providing the COs with that kind of, PPE equipment so that the prisoners can be okay, right? Especially since a lot of these prisoners are in close proximity and they can't really practice social distancing or stay 6 feet away from each other. So the coronavirus right now is just rapidly spreading all through Rikers Island, right? So he says, you know, he saw that a few people were getting released because they might be a vulnerable population, or maybe they have charges that are just drug offenses or whatever the case may be. But he also saw a press release that said if they're rapists, if they're charged with rape, if they're charged with murder, or if they're charged with robbery, do not let them out, keep them in there, right? And so Taxstone questions, you know, what makes the system itself, you know, judge, jury, and executioner. And, you know, it's not like, basically, you are the rapers, the robbers, and the the murderers is basically what Taxstone is saying. The system is the rapers, the robbers, and the murderers, right? Because they're raping you of your chance to have a fair trial because there's no courts going on because of coronavirus, right? They're robbing you of your freedom. They're murdering you if they leave you in a cell and then you catch coronavirus and then die or something from complications of COVID-19, right? So he was just going, you know, on and on about all of that, and basically saying that, yeah, he's gonna go live, but he never went live, right? Now, the whole situation is crazy because a lot of people, yes, one, are getting released because of coronavirus, and two, yeah, I mean, prisons are a afterthought, right? So really, if Trump or whoever, right, in the government, whoever provides all these things, they're worried about hospitals, they're worried about, you know, people going to work, schools, kids, and everything like that, and then they go, oh yeah, the prisons too, right? I mean, they don't care about it, which is crazy and messed up, and especially since a lot of our people are there who get long sentences for something that the same person with a little bit more money did, and they get a slap on the wrist or maybe you know, a warning even, while we sit there. But you know, that's the system, and it's really fucked up. And so, you know, Taxstone is just basically, you know, shining a light on that whole situation, right? Maybe he's gonna go live later on today or tomorrow or just whenever, but I mean, you know, it's tough, man, and it doesn't really seem like Taxstone is really in good spirits right now at all. And you know, reading all of that just kind of made me feel like he was even scared of getting coronavirus. And you know, I've met Taxstone a few times, and he's like a regular nigga, and I don't think he's part of the vulnerable population, but you never know. It does seem like he's kind of like scared a little bit of even getting coronavirus, that maybe he can't beat it or something, right? But anyway, yo, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. All right, so somebody else who's locked up for murder, YNW Melly, actually does test positive for COVID-19, right? So y'all know YNW Melly's been locked up for a while now, right? And he's basically awaiting trial because he got locked up for murder. Basically, they said that he killed two of his homeboys, YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie, right? That he showed up like at the hospital with them in the backseat and said they were involved in a drive-by, but allegedly, they're saying that something's fishy, and it seems like maybe he shot his friends in the car and then just pulled up to the hospital, right? Anyway, he says he didn't do it, and YNW Melly really seems to like really believe that he's gonna be free one day. He really says that he really didn't do it, right? So anyway, the whole situation is he gets COVID-19 in a county jail while he's waiting trial. Now, keep in mind, a lot of states have stopped or slowed down a lot of trials because a lot of people can't get together in the courtroom because of coronavirus, right? So, all right, the whole situation is now that he's tested positive for it, YNW Melly's lawyer actually filed a motion to have him temporarily released from jail, at least until, you know, he can get over the coronavirus, because it's hard for him to, I guess, you know, live and operate and have that sickness while he's locked up, right? The whole situation is crazy, man. I haven't heard anything for YNW Melly at all. This is all coming from his lawyer, and, you know, I guess we'll see. But they did let 6ix9ine out early. They did temporarily release Kuda B, who, you know, shot at, you know, Chief Keef in the middle of Manhattan. So letting YNW Melly out of jail, maybe not so far-fetched, but again, you know, Kuda B and 6ix9ine were both locked up in New York. YNW Melly's in Florida, and Florida, they kind of really don't play that shit. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.